exciting, creative, metaphorical, lyrical, expressive writing. That's poetry.
Comedy. Dating sites freak me out, relying on some website where some creep will take you out. We had Match.com and eHarmony, and now we got things like Cougars Date and Christian Lovers and BlackPeopleMeet.com. Websites do the picking based on your mouse's clicking, but when I went to BlackPeopleMeet.com, all I saw was chicken.
Home cooked because it sickens me when pieces are sealed in a four-cornered box. Southern classic.
Whoopee cushions, pies and faces, knock-knock jokes and miming. Comedy is classic. Comedy is timing.
Comedy or poetry are both considered art.
Making people laugh while rhyming is fart.
Making people laugh or rhyming is
Hard.
hard. That's the word I was looking for.
That's what she said.
Poetry is not just rhyming. Speaking from your heart, despite what people may think, providing these meals that digest in your brain.
And dissection of words that were digested is more than just listening to sentences and conversations. Comedy is making simple observations. I saw a guy today rolling his thumb and index finger together, and I wondered, is he talking about money? Practicing the world's smallest violin, or was he practicing his snapping? But then I saw that distinct motion and I knew what was happening. His booger was too wet and needed to be dried before he flicked it away and left it behind, abducted from its nose dwelling, but given too much slime.
Misinterpreted words are disguises that are misinterpreted until were turned into poetic devices. I patiently wonder, waiting, wanting a future woman as I listen to Wiz. Dumb to the fact that I have had her for some time now. I realized that wisdom is the only girl I ever really needed.
And I too patiently wonder, waiting, wanting, fighting for what I've been chasing after. Comedic devices, jokes starting fights with everyday stressors like spilt milk or disaster. Crossing T's and bruising eyes as punchlines are delivered, knocking the opponent into laughter.
And when the ground quakes, causing your surface to become unstable, but you have to be able to push through the hard times that blindside you. You gotta dig a little deeper.
That's what she said.
People will doubt you. So make the impossible possible. Defeating every obstacle. How the doubters might try to figure out how this is logical. Take it further, then after further, you gotta go farther. Always remember everything you do, you gotta go harder.
That's what she said.
I'm a rebel. I never really been the type to follow rules, so little do these bossy fools know, go ahead, get out of line, cause I'm waiting. Cause I got a mouthful. No, not this time. You know, I'm a poet. Even though I'm a poet, I like jokes. I do them.
She said doo-doo.
I do that. I mean, do you do? I like to stay clean, so I do poetry.
It's not common that I do, but when I do it. You know, I do it. You know, when life tries to do on me and ruin my day, I use comedy to help me cope. I do jokes because it gives me hope. Hope that my life has a sense of direction, being able to laugh after disappointment and rejection. I mean, does anybody even understand rhetorical questions? Comedy's the puppeteer, the mastermind, hidden behind the sheer, pulling the strings, forcing a smile from ear to ear. Hooks into the corner of my lips, baited like a clownfish, asking hypothetical questions of what ifs. When I pull my fingertip,
I almost got it.
answering those questions with funny words to fill in the blanks of Mad Libs. There was a fart. Who farted? Because he ate too much. But farted. Maybe I'm scared that I won't like myself without the smiles and the laughter, no longer telling jokes just to see teeth chatter or burst someone's bladder. Maybe I'm scared to admit that I'm an addict, or that all janitors at malls have really hairy ears, but why did that matter? Maybe I'm scared to admit that I'm an addict. Addicted to slapstick, number 2 on my bucket list, bust a gut from laughing. Maybe I'm scared to admit that life has ups and downs, and there is such things as pain and frowns. And in this equation, with the inevitability of a life-ending probability, I use a funny formula of jokes plus life over death as a fraction, but when life is lost from subtraction, I want my headstone to read, Brandon LaBarge died laughing.
With my emotions creates this potion of realness. People are caught up in this world of fakeness, so here it is. I know you're tired of being controlled by all the sickness. I got diagnosed poetry. Now come get it. I express my feelings through poetry. And I love to hear poetry when I feel like I'm alone. They're describing the same problems that I'm facing. I used to lock my deepest, darkest problems in the closet until one day I had a mental breakdown. And I thought I almost lost it. So now I give y'all all of me. I speak it in my poetry, and I don't care what people have to say because they are relevant according to my intelligence. See, only one person that lives above the sky that we can't see with the human eye can judge me. Poetry took my mind to another level. I was so boxed in. See, I went from chancing with the devil to not ever wanting to settle. Now I'm thinking formal language while I'm waiting to fly with angels who provide me ammo. Aiming these poetic lyrical bullets at your forehead, and I pray that your brain will catch it. People come up to me and say, hey, it took a lot of guts what you did up there. To me, that's a good feeling. I'm just happy that I can provide people some spiritual healing. Sometimes, my life, it can get so freaking frustrating. So I use poetry when I need a little motivation. Poetry made me look at life in a whole nother perspective. Took my mind places I wouldn't have never thought of. So when that day comes, when I'm laying 6 feet, peacefully sleeping, I want people to say I taught them something, smiling instead of weeping. That was funny. Come on, man. The booger one, that was